Hi and welcome to the next in our series of Who Am I quizzes. And the who is going to be a composer. So I'm going to give you 7 clues and the idea is to try and work out who the composer was from the clues. If you manage to name the composer from the first clue, that will be amazingly knockout and you can give yourself a full 100 points. If you don't manage to get it from the first clue, never mind, there are 6 more to follow. So if you get it from the second clue, you can have 90 points. If you get it from the 7th clue, you can have 40 points. And if you don't get it at all, don't worry about it. It won't change your life in any negative way whatsoever. Okay, well, are you ready to play Who Am I? Clue number 1 is this. I'm buried in Westminster Abbey. I'm buried in Westminster Abbey. And if you're not quite sure what Westminster Abbey is, it's a big cathedral in the middle of London in the UK. So I'm buried in Westminster Abbey. That's the first clue. Are you going to go for it? If you're not sure, take a guess. There's nothing to lose. Okay, clue number 2. I was almost blind by the end of my life. I was almost blind by the end of my life. Now, does that help you at all? Buried in Westminster Abbey, almost blind by the end of my life. Who am I? So that would be worth 90 points if you can name the composer from those 2 clues. Okay, here comes a 3rd clue. This might help, a bit more specific. I wrote an anthem that has been performed at every British coronation since. Okay, so an anthem, that's something that's going to be sung by a choir. And every time we have a new king or queen in the UK, we have a coronation, big special service where the king or the queen is crowned. And this anthem, written by this composer, has been performed at every British coronation since it was written. Now, does that help you for 80 points? Okay, here's the 4th clue. I'm well known for writing operas, but I wrote a lot of other music as well. So particularly well known for writing operas, but lots of other music as well. Okay, let's move on to the next clue. Clue number 5, and this might well be the one that makes it happen for you. I was born in the same year as 2 other famous composers. I was born in the same year as 2 other famous composers. Does that get you the answer? Well, all is not lost if it doesn't, because we're now on to clue number 6, and that still gives you 50 out of your 100 points. Okay, here it comes. I was born in Germany, but I spent much of my life in London. I was born in Germany, but spent much of my life in London. Who am I? Okay, and here comes the last clue, number 7 for 40 points. I wrote a really famous piece that was first performed in Dublin. A really famous piece that was first performed in Dublin in Ireland. So have you managed to come up with a possible answer? And where did you manage to crack it if you did? Okay, so just before we go on, if you haven't managed to get it, I'm going to just amplify 1 or 2 things just to help you. When I gave you that 3rd clue about writing an anthem that's been performed at every British coronation since, the anthem is called Zadok the Priest. Does that help you? Who are the other 2 famous composers born in the same year as I was? Bach and Scarlatti. And what's this really famous piece that got performed for the first time in Dublin? It's called Messiah. So who am I? I am Handel, the composer George Frederick Handel.